New body cam footage has been released in the Madeline Soto case, and it's left me with way more many questions and concerns. And we're going to talk about it in today's video. Hello Sofa Squad and welcome back to the sofa. Sofa's back here. Our new little sofa seatbelt's back there. Shout out to Audrey and Jenny. I do appreciate it. And today we're going to be talking about the Madeline Soto case, specifically that new body cam footage that was released. Now this is from Court TV. We're going to be reviewing a video there. You can go to Court TV, you can check out Vinny, the whole thing if you want to. I'm just going to be talking about the specific highlights that are of interest to me here in today's video. Now for those that are not familiar with it, we'll talk about a very quick little overview of the case. Before we jump into all of it, if you do want to follow me outside of YouTube, I am on the Instagram. It's on the screen, it's in the description, so go on, give it a check out. Now let's talk about a very quick overview of the case to get us all on the same page. So Madeline Soto has just turned 13 years old. She was allegedly dropped off at her middle school, but that we now know is not true, on February 26th. Now she was found several days later. Her body, at least, was found. Now, since then, it has come out that her mother's boyfriend, Stefan, he was doing horrible things to her. There was video, photographic evidence of this on his telephone, and he is incarcerated. And in fact, as of today, they have announced that they are seeking the DP on him. Now, here is the thing. The mother's behavior in this has been very concerning. Or lack of behavior, I should say. And that was the biggest thing that I really want to cover in this video, is the mother's behavior, the mother's story in this. Now, as of this video, she has not been charged. It is June 10th, 2024 when I'm recording this. She has not been charged, so this is, alleged. These are just opinions. I don't know any more about the case than anybody does. I assume that the investigators know way more than any of us do at this point, right? So when we watch these clips, I want you to pay special attention to that, but I'm also going to be talking about his body language too. So don't leave him out of your observations either. Now let's get to that first clip.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, this is Mom.
This is Mom? Okay. Hi there.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So, my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Immediately stop. Immediately stop. Here's just a few observations. First of all, and again, I go two ways with this. I would expect the mother to be nervous, right? Your daughter's missing, okay? Has been missing for, 12, 13, like all day long, right? But this is a different nervous. Again, it's never a good thing when, so what's the story, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no body language expert, any of that stuff like that. So again, this is just entertainment purposes, just my opinion. It just seems rehearsed. Now, we already know at this point that she kind of had this rehearsed story. And we're going to get into the language that she uses of we, because we know that she wasn't on this morning trip, okay? Now, also, please note, Stefan, is arms crossed. He's more at ease than she is. Now, he does act, obviously, we know what he did at this point, right? Allegedly. So there's going to be some level of, defensiveness or nervousness or whatever. But he seems more chill with the whole situation than she does. And we know what he did, right? Okay, so let's keep going.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Alright, so people are still on the scene, let's put that out. Any possible location, how long?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alright,
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay, so in the beginning of this clip, when the mom's sitting here, that back and forth thing, that, again, I don't know the proper terms or the doctor terms or whatever you call it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going on sofa sense here. So the sixth sofa sense, something doesn't seem right. And I go back and forth because I think one thing that throws me with her story is that there is a mixture of authenticity mixed with false narrative, right? And so one direction that I go on with her story is this, that something to some degree of this could have happened. He comes in talking about, you got to go along with the story because they're going to say I did it because I'm your boyfriend, and so you have to say that you came with me this morning and this, that, and the other. And she kind of blindly was like, okay, and went with it, even though it could have been a surprise of like, what, Madeline's gone? You see what I'm saying? Like that type of energy. Like I get this vibe that there's like a mixture of truth and lies going on with her. Yeah, because at one part of it, you have to look at it like, okay, if she was in on, like she knew everything that happened, right? Or literally just turned a blind eye. It's like, okay, well then she's sitting here saying, oh, I did this and I did that and I did this. Well, we already know some of that story just didn't pan out. Remember the part where she was talking about, oh, well, they saw a video, I saw video footage of her, you know, she left here from the school and did this. Well, she never saw that. It was secondhand information that never happened to begin with. So all along the way, and well, hold on, let me rewind here. Then the whole thing of like, we dropped her off. We did this. Well, there was no we, it was him. So either she knows something nefarious went on and is lying 100% about it, or she doesn't, or at this point she knows something went down, or she had like an idea of it and was covering up for one reason, almost like turning a blind eye but not realizing the severity of what took place. So she's like covering up for one aspect of it. Now again, this is just my opinion. I don't know this to be fact. I could be completely wrong. She has not gone to court yet. Let's keep going.
Okay, what's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd.
Oh, sorry, 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just her 13th birthday.
13.
1418 Charlie 405. What's the name of the single aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
26 County Charlie 405. People hit my call 931. It's the same call.
Green hoodie.
Green hoodie.
White Crocs.
White Crocs.
Either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
Black shorts.
Okay, this part right here where, you know, you see they're pausing for this guy's little stuff to go off, his walkie-talkie or whatever. Then he starts speaking. Now, we're going to get to a clip in a minute where it's like he just repeats all the same stuff she says, but you see her say black shorts, black pants, green shorts. You know, there's this little discrepancy because remember, he already knows, allegedly, what happened to her, right? We 100% know at this point that he is privy to what took place with Madeline where she's at, okay? This is like right after, this is when the phone call comes in, right? So we haven't quite gotten to the point yet of they pulled the video footage, they see him with her in the car, all this type stuff. So he's just lying through his teeth. Again, I can't decide if she's just covering up. And again, you got to remember that at this point, all the information hasn't come out of what's on his phone and that type stuff. I am assuming and guessing that probably in the house, there was turning a blind eye stuff going on, right? Now, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know them. I didn't live with them, okay? But just seeing the passive covering up for him that we've seen so far, and some of the information that's come out, it seems like they would almost have had to have been turning a blind eye. Now, again, I could be completely wrong on that, but I feel like we see some of that coming out in this interview. Let's keep going.
Black shorts. Alright. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically, no.
No.
Not typically?
No.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I get some.
Thank you.
No problem. And what school she goes to?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Hunters Creek Middle? Alright, cool.
Another thing that strikes me about the entire situation, and again, I'm not there, I don't know any of these people, but there's just this kind of general calmness, especially from the mother. I mean, again, I'm just like, she's been missing all day. Now, the mother seems nervous, but not in the context of like, where's my daughter? It seems different, but again, I don't know her personally, but it's like everyone's kind of standing around. I'm like, have y'all, like, how did we arrive here? How did we arrive at this moment? It just doesn't feel right. And I'm not trying to also blame them like, oh my God, y'all need to be, but it seems odd.
Do you have a picture of her? Can you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, I know. Let me see which picture. I don't know which picture.
Anything recently, probably from a birthday party, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't there, so I have to look at what's up.
Me, I guess.
Go ahead. That's what I'm about to grab right now. Yeah. Alright, cool, thank you.
Is this a good enough picture, or do you need a whole
Yeah,
body
that's
picture?
perfect.
Okay. How do I airdrop? I don't know how to do it.
I got you. Okay, where's the photo? Right there.
It's on WhatsApp.
That's fine. Let me see.
I saved it to my photos, so you could go.
You saved it to your photos?
Yeah, we could just go
Perfect.
straight to the photos.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm gonna send it out right now to my other guys.
Okay, I wanted to put that whole clip up there because I'm watching it, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and again, I always say that, everybody's different, but I'm like, there's no comforting between them, and I'm talking about Jen and Stefan. There's no comforting, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna find her. There's just nothing, right? It's more like we're nervous. I don't want to say about getting caught, but it's like it's so familiar. And I think it feels like so many of these situations that we've seen where it ends up, Chris Watts, the Susan Smith, Classic and Sincere's adoptive parents. That energy, the nervous, the swaying, I'm nervous, but it's not about the missing persons. It's about, am I gonna get away with it? That type thing. And again, I don't know with the mother, right? I mean, for all I know, she could just be nervous about like lying for the boyfriend or whatever. I don't want to sit here and say that she had I don't think she had something physically to do with what happened to Madeline, okay? Other than if you want to say by turning a blind eye, but even that, I don't know, but it just doesn't sit right.
This is mom right here. By any chance, does she have a phone number or phone?
She does, but she left it at home today. I have it.
You have it.
And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about, does she have like Apple Watch?
She's got a device. The only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
A school laptop? Is that trackable?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
It should be.
if the Wi-Fi is turned on, it'll try to connect to any Wi-Fi. So if I circle here,
It connects to any USB.
Okay, now here's one thing. So there's left the phone at home. I have it. Doesn't have an Apple Watch. Has a school laptop, whatever. I don't think it's trackable. And then the family starts saying, "Oh, well, you can do this or turn it on." And she starts swaying again. Now we know where the book bag was, right? He went and threw stuff away. So this is the things where I go back and forth where I'm like, does she know that he did that? You know what I'm saying? Like, does she know where it's at? Now this is making her nervous, or is this just her normal nervousness? Like, it doesn't seem right. And again, we're all different. And I just try so hard not to go down the road of like, she's not acting the way I think she should act. Therefore, because we all respond so differently to traumas and tragedy, And so there's something that is not passing the vibe check at all. But here we sit, she's not been charged with anything. We know she's gotten slippery, in my opinion, with the wording of like, oh, we went and did this and we went and did that, like I said before. So, you know, it just makes you wonder what is going on.
Does she have history of running away or anything? She was hanging out last time kind of thing?
Possibly, I don't know. She got dropped off. She was like, so she can barely explain his car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
Send him his thing. She's in the face.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Now notice in this one, she says right there, first of all, she goes into the story about the car. She's embarrassed she wants to be dropped off. He dropped her off a couple of blocks away. He dropped her off. Notice she's swaying. She's nervous. She's saying this. There's something very heebie-jeebie about this. He speaks up during this too. All of these interviews and speaking that she does, he's always standing behind her. He's always standing off in the corner, off to the side, something. It's like his presence is telling her what to say, but she would have just messed up there talking about he dropped her off, because she goes back and forth with this so many times.
Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called school.
She was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she caught her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
Okay.
What was the last thing you asked?
If she ever went to school or anything,
So I got confirmation from the school that she never made it. They sent me an email saying she didn't make it. But I also spoke to her, or emailed one of her teachers directly, and he looked at all her attendance for all her periods and told me she didn't make it at all today.
Okay.
Say it again? No, she's
Here's another thing with this too that it might reminds me of. So you heard a few minutes ago where they were like, did she run away? Did she do this? This almost seems like parent that has child that runs off all the time, and this is like another Tuesday night. But she wasn't that kind of kid, right? So that's what makes it even weirder. Now, some of the energy that she's giving now makes me sit here and be like, it's almost like, again, she's talking like, okay, he wasn't there. Remember, how did we arrive at switching the language around to the other interviews of we dropped her off, we did this, we did that. She, again, I'll say it 100 times, she fluctuates between that, and I think that's concerning. I don't know why she does that, right? Because to me it seems like you're trying to make it seem like you were there with him, because it makes it seem less like, okay, he dropped her off, and again, why did he drop her off? Oh, she was doing this, she was doing that. We heard his story. Other interviews, she's consoling him, right? It's so bizarre.
She was supposed to go to school but didn't go to school today. Yeah, it said negative on that hit at the park. So
reference 21 to a vehicle. Pursuing local, reference 21 to a vehicle.
I think black shorts.
An unknown male, gray hoodie, black pants, black knee mat, black gloves. No further information. 1064, 1946.
And when was the last time you seen her? Do you know around what time?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off.
how tall is she?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off. You heard him say that. So this is where the story changes a little bit. Now it's we. She said he earlier. You see what I'm talking about? This is why it gets confusing, because it's like, is she under duress? Is he doing things to her to make her cover up? And that's why I've not seen charges, because she's essentially a victim of his as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is where my mind is like going and trying to cover all these possibilities.
5'1".
Weight?
110 pounds.
110, 112.
Ask the weight. She's back and forth again. I think he makes her very nervous. See, I think he makes her very nervous. Sitting there like this. She says 110. He's 110, 112. Okay, like the 12 helped, right? It's like he had to correct her. There's a weird energy between them, and I feel like he really stresses her out. There's very bad mojo going on here.
Hair color?
Blonde, like a dirty blonde.
Like a dirty blonde?
Yeah.
Again, hair color, blonde. Then he comes in after. Blonde. It's like they're not standing next to each other. And he adds a little bit more onto it. Too many details. Too many this. Too all up in it. But again, no emotion. And he's not. Why doesn't he have his arm around her? Why isn't he why isn't she leaned into him? Why do they act more again, their nervousness does not seem like it's nervousness over a missing child. It seems way more loaded than that.
Okay, eye color?
Blue.
Does she have any markings on her, like any scars or anything like that?
There's a distinctive beauty mark on her face
On
here.
her face.
On the face, like below the nose or near the nose?
Yeah, like right in that area there. It's very distinctive. You'd know it if you saw it. Big.
Any other scars or anything like that we should know?
Scars?
No.
Tattoo.
Tattoo.
You'd be surprised. Did you put out the description?
I put the top part out. I didn't get the rest of that stuff yet, so I put it out.
Again, it's just the nervous swing. I mean, she is like a tree in a hurricane. The laughing over the tattoo thing, I get you're wanting to make, let's break the ice a little bit, nervous laughter or whatever. I do not understand. I keep coming back to this. I'll say it 100 times. Why aren't they touching each other? I just get this thing like she wants to run from him. You know what I'm saying? Like she wants to run from him. Maybe she knows and she's like, it's all hitting her like, oh my God, like this monster's done something to my child. I don't know.
Updated 14. White female.
Can I just see that phone?
Black shorts, white constant size, approximately 5'1" in height. Blonde, dirty blonde hair. Blue eyes. Has a beauty mark under the nose.
I'm getting a random 407 number. Okay. Hello? Yes? Hi, Principal. I'm okay. How are you?
Now notice that right there where she's like, hello? Hey, like literally it made you almost everybody, it's her, it's whatever. Hi, Principal. And then he does this, pretending like, oh, darn. I thought we were going to find her, right? Well, he knows exactly where she's at. So he's just sitting there. And the thing is you've watched the footage of the different interviews and whatnot. There's one where they are interviewing her. He's out of the room, whatever. You can tell that there's some interaction going on. There's another one where like almost behind the scenes of the interview, she's sitting there consoling him. There's other ones where it's him and her, and he's crying and weeping and, way more emotional than she is. Which I think is an act, right? He's just trying to save his own hide and play it off or whatever. How he thought he would ever get away with this is beyond me, and it's what makes me think there is some defining moment in this, some triggering event that made him do whatever he did to her this time, because evidence has shown that there's years worth of footage and evidence that he himself took, photographic evidence of the SA that he was doing against Madeline. So it makes me say, why now? Why take her life? You went to go drop her off to school. What happened? Was she going to tell? Was she pregnant? Did she have a pregnancy scare? Did they have a fight that morning and the mom found something? What happened? Why that morning? What was the triggering event?
No, police officers here right now.
Yes, they're getting the
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find her
paperwork. Does she have any social media or anything like that?
She has an Instagram.
right here.
OBT test line,
Private.
838.
Just family,
Thank you
cousins.
so much. I
friends.
definitely appreciate it.
Right here.
That's her profile?
Yeah.
Little piggy.
She also has a YouTube page.
Okay. Any Snapchat or...
Just the energy that we're seeing here of between mother and boyfriend. I always place myself in that house trying to think of what it was like, because remember, it was her 13th birthday. The mother was at work. He came back into town. And again, what took place this weekend that triggered this event? Did she finally, and when I say finally, I'm not trying to be like, oh, she finally did something, but was there something that she finally was like, no, this isn't going to happen, I'm telling. And this set him off, right? Imagine the feeling of seeing him show back up, you know, and whatever, whether the mom knows or not, there's this level that it seems like the mom wasn't really doing much to, you know, prevent things or whatever, right? There seems to be a blind eye, turn a blind eye situation is what it seems like. I could be wrong on that. You just turned 13. You carrying this horrible secret around with you that this man does this, right? Years worth of photographic evidence. It just, you know, and then he comes back. He's allowed back in the house. We've heard him make these comments about all them piling in the bed together, and Madeline always didn't like to be alone, and she was a cuddler. Creepy stuff that mom's boyfriend shouldn't be saying, right? Like, completely creepy. I mean, she's just 13. This is a kid, for God's sakes. I mean, a young adult, I get it, but a kid, okay? You know what I mean? Like, bless her heart. So, I mean, that's just what scares me to death. It's like, what happened when they left the house, and when did they leave the house, right? We know that she was never at school. They lied about that. The mother either lied or was repeating lies or being told what to say by him. So this is my question for the Sofa Squad. This is my question I'm putting out there because this is what I asked myself about this case. Is the mother going to be charged? Should she be charged from what we've seen? Do we think that the mother 100% knew and turned a blind eye? Was she kind of like, something's weird going on here, but I'm not going to pay attention to it, and then was blindsided by the chain of events? Is she a victim of his? Or is it a little bit of all these things, right? Because I feel like that could be the case. So let me know what you think down in the comment sections. If you're still watching, I greatly appreciate it. And I do say I should say that you drop some sofas off in the comment section, where Roscoe can come down, who's watching over us, and hang out with me on the sofa and talk to you and everybody else in the comment section about this case and all the other ones we do talk about. And until we meander on down there and do that, we'll see y'all soon. I just wanted to say thank you again for watching the whole video, and also thank you for being part of the Sofa Squad. Special thanks to all the Patreon members, channel members from both of my channels, everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, comments in the comment sections. It helps the channel out so much. Now, don't forget, I do have that other channel, the podcast channel. That's where we go live, we hang out, we talk. We have kind of sort of a schedule, but just be sure and check it out. I'll put it up here on the screen. Also, if you're looking for merch, be sure to check out my Teespring store. I'll put that up here. And then, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to follow me and Roscoe on the Instagram, go on, check it out. It's right here on the screen again. But once again, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being part of the Sofa Squad, and I'll see you in the next video.